my name's Molly Hosmer-Dillard. I'm a professional artist working with Adams County to coordinate a big public art project with 7 different schools. There are about 200 students working together to create this art piece, and the basic idea was to get them talking and thinking about things that are important to them. So that's one of the pitches that I make in the classroom, that this isn't about something that's important to me or to their teachers or to the principals. This is trying to get at issues that they spend a lot of time thinking about and talking about with their friends. So we're working together to make what I'm calling a multivocal painting. It's a painting with many different voices. So this is a way to work with a big group of people and have them each paint a tile that will become part of the final painting. In the first phase, I worked with each school to sort of develop some processes to think together and brainstorm together, to do some creative thinking together, thinking outside the box. And in today's phase, we were brainstorming ideas. So the main focus of today was to have students generate ideas about what's important to them.
We're just so pleased to have Molly come out and share her project with us so students can take that time to zero in on what is important to them. And today I was so impressed. I heard students really digging deep and finding things that seemed relevant.
I was here in February and we did our initial workshop around creativity. We'd made a drawing machine together. This painting is the one that we're gonna do is really, really special because you all get to decide what ideas go into the painting. And it's not about ideas that are important to me, it's ideas that are important to you. So what I want to do today is to help kind of generate some of those ideas. In the first round, I'm going to ask a question, and each person, you can talk about it in your group, but each person is going to write 3 sticky notes in answer to the question. Each sticky note, you write 1 idea on each sticky note, and then you're going to put it on your paper, the big paper in the middle. Let's think about Thornton, and if you could make any change to Thornton to make it a better place, what would you do? Awards to people who help spread kindness. That is incredible. All right, so each person can do 3, right?
I like this workshop activity because it really tells all the things that are wrong in the world and what things we can fix. Because if you have heart, if you have strength, then you can fix the problems in the world.
Topics that I picked were religion and the use of drugs and alcohol and how it affects other people.
Definitely war. Homelessness, sexism, how women get treated differently from men.
Graduating, trauma, school relationships.
We got to talk about very important topics that are going on in the world that not a lot of people talk about, and it's ignored. And I think that it's important that we confront these important topics and we do something about them, because it's important to speak up and not stay silent.
Here's the next question. What's something that you feel kind of worried about? When you think about getting to graduate from high school, you think about the next several years of life, is there anything that you feel kind of worried about the world?
What I enjoyed about this activity was seeing the different struggles that everyone else has, and to see that I have similar struggles and worries that a lot of other people have too, and that I'm not really alone in this.
So I want you to work in your groups to put the things that you think are the most important in the middle of your paper and the things that are less important at the edges. So you can rearrange the sticky notes, but you have to kind of talk and work together as a group about how you want to do that. Then in the next phase, I'm working with 2 students from each school on Zoom so that all the schools can talk together and we can sort of filter through the ideas that each school has come up with. And then the final phase is to paint a tile. The main thing that I think would be great for students is to get to see their ideas realized in a professional and sophisticated way. That's what I feel like my role is here, to listen to them, but then to put their ideas into a finalized artwork that can hang at the Adams County Government Center.
Having a professional outside artist in the classroom is always really great for students, especially here at Central. We really want to get students ready for the real professional world and to get them prepared for what being an artist in the outside world could be like. So definitely having the credit and kind of like, I guess, credibility behind a professional artist in the classroom is always super helpful and like a great new fresh perspective for our kids.
This multivocal project has been amazing to bring students together to collaborate with Molly, a professional artist. They were so excited at the prospect of being chosen to collaborate with a professional artist and get to be asked to put their ideas out into the world in the form of art. And just watching them over just the few workshops already build their confidence in expressing their ideas and sharing them with each other and with Molly is really exciting, and I can't wait to see when it all comes together.
So we're prepping for students coming into Aurora Central High, and I'm preparing some little plates of paint so that they can each paint one of these tiled pieces. So these are all laser cut wooden pieces that are going to add up to the whole design. We are closing in to the final phases. We've done all this brainstorming, discussion, and prep, and now students are painting. So they chose this symbol of, we had conversations about homelessness was a theme that came up quite a bit, and so in trying to find a symbol for a home that wasn't a literal image of a house, one of the things that came up was a seed. You know, it's something, a place where a being is safe to grow. You know, there's a layer of protection. But we also really liked the seed because so many of the issues that the students chose, there were like personal components and global components that seemed interrelated. So what students are going to be painting on the seed is something representing the personal on the inside and something representing the global on the outside. So it's kind of cool. It's a dual part, a little puzzle that they each get to do that then adds up into the bigger shape. So you can see the overall shape of the sound wave, but then each of the pieces is made of an individual painting by one of the students. So it's really exciting to see how it's coming together. And as you can see, this whole piece is about 11 feet wide and I think 5 feet tall.
All of the issues that the kids were talking about, the biggest common denominator was that they didn't feel like their voices were heard. There were personal issues, global issues, and they're not part of the conversation. And so this mural being a sound wave representing their voices and representing multiple voices. So it ties back into that multivocal of being able to offer a platform for all of these young people who don't feel like they're being heard in the bigger scheme of the conversation.
All of this is building in them, and it may not even show the benefits now. I think once they see that piece on the wall and they see their little part of it and they see that piece, that they're a piece in the community artwork, I think it's going to really come together for them and they're going to find that meaning. And then they can go back again and again and see that in a public space, permanent forever.
Today we took our original sketches and our cardboard sketches, and the students were able to get their final wood pieces to create their final design. This was neat because they were able to take issues that were important to them and verbalize it and visualize it through their art, making sure that they have an opportunity to have their voice be heard along with their peers in a collaborative way.
The questions she asked and what is your voice? What is the thing that you want to say? Because they feel like their voice isn't important so often that even when you ask them like, what is your inner life about? They haven't learned how to articulate that yet. So I think for some of them going through this piece, they understood themselves a little bit better.
So thank you for coming to the unveiling of Adams County's newest public art project, Student Voices of Adams County. Adams County is dedicated to increasing access and opportunities to the arts and understands the importance of arts and culture as an avenue to create change, start conversations, and uplift voices.
This really gave a chance, in my opinion, for every student to really express how they truly feel. Voices need to be heard. So I stand here and I thank everyone, to the teachers, to the children, to the parents, because without all of you, this wouldn't be here today.
The significance of this art piece is that it visually and literally represents the voices of hundreds of youth across Adams County. Talking to the youth in the audience today who participated, for many of them this is their first art show. It's truly beautiful. it hopefully will really inspire them to continue to do art in the future and that their voice matters.
One of our goals with Cultural Arts is to really support artists and to try to create socially engaged projects that really reflect the work that Adams County does. And so Cultural Arts is all about how we can bring the power of art in some of those spaces. And what art can do is really create dialogue. It could create a space for people to talk about things that might be uncomfortable, and art gives you the platform to do it and then express yourself through that.